I sat here on this program the other day, and I thought had a very, if I may, salient point in pointing out that Ole Miss did the right thing in telling Lane Kiffin, you cannot have it both ways. You cannot be the head coach of Ole Miss football getting ready to take the reins of LSU football. You certainly can't do that in this day and age when there's transfer portals to talk about and signing periods and, you know, and rivalries. You can't tell us here in Oxford we're done right on the outset of the college football playoffs and expect to stay around here. The analogy I was going to make, but there were just too many other things going on, like fans showing up at private aviation gates and barbed wire fences and screaming obscenities at coaches getting on planes.
Trying to run them off the road.
Well, I mean, that's what Lane Kiffin said. By the way, one of the greatest responses, Eli Manning reposting that portion of Lane Kiffin's press conference talking about how fans of Ole Miss football were running him off the road on the way to the airport. He reposted that with the word, oops. Eli being Eli.
Eli, very funny.
Yeah, funny. So unless he's saying that was Chad Powers, I don't know. Listen, I totally understood it. Well, why would you give the head coach of LSU football unfettered access to your players as a transfer portal window eventually opens up the second day of January for a couple of weeks? Like, why would you do such a thing? And doors closed. Makes sense. Unless you need an offensive coordinator. I mean, you could knock me over with a feather. Because
I got one.
Roll tape. Is this Charlie Weis Jr. getting on a private jet the other day? Sure looks like it.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
and I thought
walks like a Weis.
The report was like either you're on the plane that LSU sent or you're off the plane. In the same way that Ole Miss was saying either you're with us here in Oxford or you're over there in Baton Rouge. And so we heard yesterday, and it was confirmed by Lane himself in a statement saying, yeah, Charlie Weis Jr., I'm fine with him staying in Oxford for the duration of the college football playoffs. And of course, Lane put in the announcement that this was in advance of the College Football Playoff Committee making its final announcement of the playing season, the regular playing season. And it's a very crucial penultimate arranging of seeds, because this is the way, this is the rest of these College Football Playoff Committee releases of what the brackets look like is all window dressing just to get us to talk about it. Mm-hmm. But the one before conference championship weekend is crucial because it does kind of pen the committee into making certain decisions based on ultimate results of the weekend, even though the committee will do whatever it wants, which is, say, put Alabama above Notre Dame when they have the same record, even though Alabama just had an almost loss, a pull it out of your orifice win at Auburn, which hadn't been doing anything of note. And Notre Dame's above Miami, even though Miami's beaten Notre Dame. I mean, they could do whatever the heck they want. But Lane's like, in advance of this, hey, College Football Playoff Committee, don't penalize the kids that I just left because I just left. And I read that and I thought two things. One, why in the hell would a College Football Playoff Committee filled with athletic directors and others, there but for the grace of the football buyout gods go you, penalize players for losing a head coach? Why would we do that? Because the analogy I wanted to make back on the other day that I neglected to, I was sitting on the campus in Ann Arbor, Michigan in 1989 when
I've been waiting for you to bring this up.
Bill Frieder says, I'm going to Arizona State to coach basketball, but I'm sticking around here to find out what the seeds are going to be for the 1989 Michigan eventual national championship winners. They're good enough. The 1989 Michigan Wolverines, I'm trying to find out what seed we're going to be. And Bo Schembechler, the athletic director, says, no, you're not. And he said, I want a Michigan man to coach a Michigan team. And he found Steve Fisher, who had really no ties to Michigan except being just freshly hired by Bill Frieder. The only reason that he was a Michigan man is because Bill Frieder wasn't anymore. And I don't know if the committee that seeded Michigan 6th in that tournament knocked them down a peg or two, because who the hell was Steve Fisher? I don't know. But Michigan won 6 in a row and won it all and cut down the nets. So why would they penalize Ole Miss for losing their coach? And they didn't, by the way, to their credit. And I have no idea if they kept him at 6 because Charlie Weis Jr. was going back to Oxford. And I thought to myself also, while I read this from Lane, if you tell Lane Kiffin get out, why is it fine for Charlie Weis Jr. to come back? I mean, he might have handled the departure behind the scenes completely different than Lane did. There may have been a bridge that wasn't blown up like it was over the River Kwai. That may be, he may have a better relationship with the new head coach there, a better relationship with the athletic director. He may have handled it differently. I don't know. But at the end of the day, if you don't want these coachings around your players in advance of a transfer portal because they're now going to be coaching for LSU, does it matter? Like now there is technically a fox in the hen house. There's a Baton Rouge fox there. So what are we doing?
I say sabotage.
I don't know.
Sabotage.
What are they doing? Except maybe trying to win a college football playoff game. And if I'm Lane Kiffin, it makes me look beneficent that there's no hard feelings here.
Right.
You may be trying to run me off the road, but I haven't quit you yet.
Beneficent?
And yes. And, I'm also showing everybody I can be an adult. You think I'm not an adult here? Take them. I don't need them yet. I'm cool here. I'll build my program here, and I still have some Ole Miss, love in my heart. Take the guy. And it also, might improve the mailbox money, having an extra comma in it by the end of the day, because my contract, the terms of which apparently I'm not familiar with completely in terms of the money on it, does still have my college football playoff bonuses from Ole Miss in my contract. That's called a win-win. I come across looking cool, and I'm helping Ole Miss. You're still pissed at me. You want to run me off the road? I'll still keep you down the path. Take my guy. I don't understand it. I don't get it anymore. And maybe Ole Miss, did they run a couple practices and go, yeah, we could use the offensive coordinator back?
Yeah, right.
Who called who? Who called who and said, can we have Charlie?
Yeah.
Did somebody...
You up text?
Are you up? Text. Yeah, exactly, Chris. Yeah. And also, did Charlie have to fly commercial back, or did Ole Miss send a plane for him? And nobody noticed because nobody was there with a torch and a pitchfork at the FBO in Baton Rouge? How does this work? And interestingly enough, Pete Golding, the head coach there, he canceled his press conference today there, saying we wanted to be about the players, and we'll talk about it on Sunday after the playoffs come out. So it'll be all about not Lane being gone and I've got the job and why did I have the offensive coordinator back? How is he here? Even though those questions I think are still germane on Sunday when he speaks. I just don't get it. Is it me?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Definitely
Okay,
not.
thank you. I feel better because I know I should ask questions I already know the answer to.
So weird.
Like, how the hell does that happen? Roll the tape one more time. We can't play the sound on this because of the nonstop curse words coming from the fans yelling at Charlie Weis Jr. getting on the plane.
I thought I was messing up.
No,
we can't.
it is not safe
not
for
Disney
work.
safe.
It
Yeah.
would sound like a truck backing up rather than a plane ready to take off. But hey, welcome back. If you can, coordinate us a dub against the 11 seed, if that's what we're going to wind up being, the 6 seed at home, by the way.
Home game.
So the future LSU coach, not allowed back. He's got to go. The future LSU offensive coordinator. Here's your old Ole Miss shirt back. Okay, I've made my point. And one last thing too on the whole
Another thing, Vonnegut.
hoo-ha. Yeah, and another thing, Vonnegut. Talk about going back to school. The whole hoo-ha going on about, these seedings and the standings and the athletic director from Arkansas doing bad 6-7 jokes with Rich Davis one week, and then the next week talking about results that matter here for this team being seated above that team. And then that reasoning makes no sense when you're saying it doesn't matter between this team and that team about this result and that one. And you're seeing all these columns and all this print going back and forth about what's right and what's wrong and whether BYU deserves it or Miami deserves it or Notre Dame deserves it or Alabama that doesn't deserve it. All of this. Where are the adults in the room to fix all of this? Because you know what's next, as I was saying, with this whole business with Lane leaving, and you're allowed to just get some tech bro, or we'll ask Andrew Whitworth later, did he, put some Whitworth dollars in to get Lane free to go back to coach LSU, his alma mater, or whoever's slicing these checks, in a situation where the governor of Louisiana says Brian Kelly's contract is an abomination, so the athletic director's got to go, and I'm now in charge, only to hire somebody whose contract makes the other one look like it's a beer holder, and all of this stuff, the NIL, the portal opening up, and the signing period opening up, the college football playoffs are going down, and the conference championships between undefeated teams that are playing for a conference championship just for seeding purposes, only to maybe beat each other up, put stuff on film to have a Big Ten team have less of a chance to win it all. For instance. You know what's next is somebody's got to step in the room and say contracts for everybody, and you're not allowed to talk to anybody until the last down is played in college football and the season is over. There's a new league year just like the National Football League. Somebody's also got to come in and fix the scheduling too. Because this next thing is if Texas doesn't make it when it's not gonna, they'll be like, why didn't we play Slappy University instead of Ohio State?
Yep.
Why do we play Ohio State? Mm-hmm. What purpose does it serve?
Bingo.
To play Ohio State when we should just take somebody that is dying to come play here.
And we'll pay you to come play us.
We'll pay you seven figures to lose to us because that is what's not going to reek to high heaven to a college football playoff committee. When they're sitting in a room with their coffee breath and BO, that's a Midnight Run reference, and all of that, add that to the list of you can't pay to have a coach break his contract or hers in college sports because you can't do that in the NFL. It's crazy. It's crazy. Giants have an opening. You know what they're going to do? They're going to find out because he was an offensive coordinator there once. Does Sean Payton want to come back and coach the Giants? What's his buyout there in Denver? Let's find out. Oh, is it $50 million?
Probably more.
Yeah, whatever. Let's pay it. Let's pay it. You know what we'll do? We'll get somebody who's a massive sponsor of the New York Giants to scratch that check for us. And then Sean Payton, right in the middle of the season? Right on the cusp of the playoffs? Yeah. He'll just leave to go to the New York Giants, and it'll be Denver fans showing up at the FBO, flipping the bird at Sean Payton. But you know what will happen is the offensive coordinator will be allowed to stay there to finish the season. After all. Does any of this sound absurd to you? Because it should. And then the seeding of the Broncos is going to be dependent on whether the offensive coordinator stays or not. And in terms of a team that is right there on the cusp, in the hunt, sniffing it, what they're going to do next year is they're going to wind up playing a UFL team, with all due respect, first week of the season. They're going to basically tell, hey, we're the Denver Broncos. We are slated right now to have on our schedule next year the Atlanta Falcons. We don't want to put our potential problem on the line against them or the Bills. You know what? Let's cancel the Bills game and let's schedule somebody from the UFL. And then in front of the committee deciding where that team makes the playoffs or not. It'll be better. It'll be one win more, and we'll pay that money to them. And as a matter of fact, we'll get another sponsor of the Giants to do that, or the Broncos to do that. Does that make any sense to you? Of course it doesn't. But in college football, it's like, let's write columns about it.
NFL playoff committee, not a terrible idea.
Okay, thanks. You're ruining my point, Chris. Either you're on the plane or you're not.
I'm on the plane.
Well,
I'm on the plane.
Until 2 days from now, and I'll let you go back on that. Back to that take, okay?
Appreciate that.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app, 12 to 3 Eastern.